All right, stat students. So everybody should have turned in their problem set. Those grades will be going in the grade book soon. After looking at the data, everybody did pretty well, I would say, overall. There weren't any major issues that I saw on this. The only question that really caused a ton of trouble, like the majority of the class missed, was number 7, and I kind of predicted that this would happen. Nobody asked me about it, so that was sort of what I was hoping for, is somebody would ask. A lot of people put C, but that is not the correct answer. This is not like a uniform distribution, right? So in a uniform distribution, you have this here, okay? And I guess a lot of people were in that mindset of, I'm able to divide the so this goes from 0 to 1. Like if this was uniform and it said, okay, 0.5, sure, half of it would be there, but this is a triangle, right? This is the actual area here. So it's going to, if you think about it this way, it should be half of that area that you're trying to find. So this is what we want, right? It's cutting it down the center. It should be half, it should be a quarter of the area that you found. Now this isn't to scale, but this is not a representation of what we have, okay? So this is not the correct way to draw this, okay? You could reason through it that way. Like I said, it's half of the area that a lot of you got. So really the answer on this is B, but let's talk about sort of the thought processes here. First thing I want to ask is, what is the height of this thing? Actually, let me redraw that with a dashed line, because we've related this a lot to area, but I want to know, what is that height? Okay, well, what is the area of a triangle? It's 1/2 base times height, okay? 1/2 base times height. So if we know the area of this whole shape, since it's a density curve, it should be 1. So 1/2 times, well, what's the base of it? Well, it goes from 0 to 1, so it's 1. So we can solve for the height. We want to just do inverse operations. We'll notice that the height is actually equal to 2, okay? So if I'm trying to find from 0.5, that's from 0 to 0.5, I want this area here. Well, what does that do to my height? Well, let me draw those lines again. So I go up. Oh no, hold on. This. If I draw a line straight up and then straight over, we're interested in figuring out, well, what is that height? Well, it's going to be half of this height. So we know that this distance has to be a 1. And we know that this is 0.5 right here, okay? So we have everything we need to actually solve this. We know that the area to this question is going to equal 1/2 times the base, which is, we want this triangle here. Let me outline it with green. We want the green triangle, right? We know its height is 1, right in green, 1, and this is 1/2, okay, or 0.5. I'm going to write it as 0.5, or as 1/2. So 1/2 times 1. What's half times half? Well, that's 1/4 times 1 is just 1/4, or 25%. So that was the main issue that I saw with our questions. Everything else was okay. There weren't any major missed questions. But if you have any questions, like for instance, you want to know which ones you missed, you can reach out to me and I can send you your scores. I'm fine with doing that. It doesn't take me too long. But just reach out to me, and if you have any individual questions, let me know. Now, tomorrow we are planning on taking our test. You are going to have a practice quiz that I need you to take as well, okay? So look for the instructions on that. I'm going to put that actually in Kitum, and then later today I'll put up the solutions for you guys to see if you got it right or wrong, okay? So I'm going to go and stop this video.